Tacoma, Washington, Elmer James Givens Jr., 41, perhaps the most publicized alleged dogfighter since former football player Michael Vick was busted in April 2007, and one of the most aggressively self-publicized of the social media era, became at last a convicted dogfighter on May 5, 2023, facing 1 count of animal fighting, 58 counts of first-degree animal cruelty, and 16 counts of second-degree animal cruelty. Givens pleaded guilty to just 10 cruelty counts, rejecting Givens' appeal for a sentence of only 6 months in prison. Pierce County Superior Court Judge Tatisha Davis sentenced Givens to 10 months in custody plus 2 years on probation, and banned Givens for life from owning, possessing, or residing with any animals. Reaching a sentence that is sufficient enough to reach the desired effect and impress upon you the seriousness of your crime, Judge Davis said, "I do not believe 6 months is sufficient, but 60 years might not be sufficient, in view of Givens' continuing defiance of court orders." Dogfighter Elmer Givens Jr.'s case epitomizes the ridiculousness of dogfighting cases in some states, opined the anti-dogfighting website This Advocacy in March 2021. That was before the case took many more ridiculous turns. Givens' conviction came almost 3.5 years after Pierce County Animal Control was on November 14, 2019 first called to Givens' property, according to This Advocacy summarizing, Como News reports, after receiving a complaint about 6 pit bulls looking starved and cold. According to a Pierce County Sheriff's Department media release, animal control officers got a tip about the dogs' welfare. The owner, Givens, showed them 6 dogs when the officers asked. The animals were allegedly afraid of him, malnourished, injured, and had scars. Police returned a month later, on December 18, 2019, and found 48 more dogs, almost all of whom had scarring on their faces and hind legs, indicative that they were fighting dogs. This Advocacy continued, again summarizing Como News coverage. Givens was arrested and told he could only have 5 dogs, This Advocacy said, but that order was not enforced. Givens in an August 7, 2020 YouTube video not only described possession of many more than 5 dogs, but also extensively described his alleged fighting pit bull breeding operation. Givens proved particularly hard to bring to justice in part because, while animal fighting paraphernalia is legally considered contraband, and may be seized with a search warrant, fighting animals are not contraband. Possession of fighting dogs or gamecocks becomes a criminal act only if the owner is convicted of using them to fight. This is a particularly broad legal loophole in the case of pit bulls. No matter how scarred from fighting a pit bull may be, the owner may successfully contend that the pit bulls were rescued and that any fresh scars resulted from rough play with other pit bulls on the premises. Possession of drugs and syringes used to treat fighting dogs, break sticks, treadmills, and other equipment used to train dogs for fighting are also common among rescuers. At least 20 self-proclaimed pit bull rescuers around the U.S. were busted for mass neglect of pit bulls in just the first 4 months of 2022. Most either had non-profit status or affiliations as foster caregivers with organizations that are non-profit. Absent strong evidence that pit bulls have been used in organized fighting, or that they have attacked and injured someone, or have been criminally neglected, impounded pit bulls are now usually returned to the owner, contrary to pre-Michael Vick practice, when pit bulls impounded in either fighting cases or for dangerous behavior were almost always euthanized. Human fatalities from pit bull attacks have tripled since then. Non-fatal injuries by pit bulls are up tenfold. 8 days after the 49 pit bulls were impounded from Givens in December 2019, he petitioned the Pierce County Court to have multiple pit bull terriers returned. If Givens had taken normal care of his pit bulls in his premises, he might have gotten them all back. But Givens' dog care flunked legal standards. Dozens of pit bulls were in a garage, locked in crates with their own waste, said a Pierce County Sheriff's Department media release. Investigators also found materials related to dog fighting and breeding. The Pierce County Sheriff's Department media release continued. Specifically, Associated Press summarized, Pierce County Sheriff's Department investigators found medications, syringes, first aid supplies, and training tools. 12 pit bulls went to a veterinarian for treatment, while 37 were held at the Tacoma Pierce County Humane Society. The Pierce County Sheriff's Department media release added. A Lady Freethinker petition on behalf of the Pitbulls reportedly collected more than 25,500 signatures before a Pierce County judge ruled on January 16, 2020 that the Pitbulls would not be returned to Givens. That left Pierce County taxpayers and the Tacoma Pierce County Humane Society paying the costs of providing veterinary care and upkeep for the Pitbulls indefinitely, as the initial case against Givens was repeatedly delayed for 2 years by the COVID-19 lockdown. Givens himself was arrested but couldn't be held because of COVID, this advocacy recounted. The case became bigger and further complicated. This is advocacy continued, when in March 2021, someone reported Givens for promoting his dogs on Facebook. Thanks to a neighbor with a drone, police returned to the property to rescue 36 more dogs. Givens flat out told police he'd have more dogs the next day, this advocacy mentioned. When police asked how many, he replied something to the effect of however many I want to. I'm not afraid of jail. I've been to jail, and as long as you ain't charged me and convicted me, I'm gonna do whatever I want. Affirmed Seattle Fox 13, Givens Jr., the man accused of operating a dog-fighting ring out of his Tacoma home, was ordered on March 4, 2021 to not possess, board, breed or promote breeding of any dogs. It was a condition of his $150,000 bail, but prosecutors say Givens has not complied. Fox 13 continued, citing two social media posts on March 12, 2021 and March 18, 2021, and a website advertising dogs for sale that was still active as of March 29, 2021, under the name Buck City Kennels. Buck City Kennels, however, does not appear to have a good reputation among dog men. On the Game Dog American Pitbull forum, for example, someone using the screen name What's Up Cuz on August 8, 2020 posted under the heading Buck City Kennels caution that this piece of trash is a straight-up peddler with terrible dogs that do not perform. He lies about his dogs and scams people out of their money. He is a wannabe Chico, Lopez, or Tom Garner or American Gamma Dog Kennels. I am doing you all a favor and cautioning you. He is a snitch peddler with low-tier cold dogs. Don't waste your money or time like I did. Buck City Kennels posts declared a minor setback for a major comeback, Fox 13 said, with a photo of a dog, while the other was a photo of dogs that appeared to be in Givens' basement. Givens also discussed owning dogs in several phone calls he made from jail. Court documents state, he told friends he was planning to set up somewhere else when he was out, Fox 13 summarized. Prosecutors say Givens' decision to repeatedly violate the court order is consistent with his actions of previously ignoring court orders pertaining to the ownership and possession of dogs. The judge at that time declined to increase Givens' bail, but added the following conditions to his release, Fox 13 reported. The defendant is not to use any social media, website, or any other source for the promotion or breeding of dogs. Current social media sites or websites are to be taken down immediately. The judge also released 23 of Givens' impounded pit bulls for adoption. 36 of Givens' impounded pit bulls had already been released for adoption in November 2020. By the time Givens was finally convicted and sentenced, 107 pit bulls had been impounded from him in at least 3 separate raids. And as of May 7, 2023, more than 48 hours after Givens' plea bargain conviction, Givens was still advertising the imminent release of 7 new videos promoting his pit bulls.
Now, for those who's wondering why I posted that clip at the beginning of this video, if you listen to that carefully, at the very end it said 7 new videos posted after you caught your time. So that means they're still watching your channel, still watching your website, or whatever you got going on when you think folks is not looking at you. So that's why I put that clip at the beginning of this video. That's why I put that clip at the beginning of this video, to let you see a lot of folk, is bringing you into the fire. A lot of folk taking you straight to the fire. They already in the furnace, taking you to the fire. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. But let's keep this dog stuff going. The Snake Man has spoken. Great show, brother Fat Bill. Check your show out last night. You know, one thing I will say, I don't know anything about the Pedro dog. I don't know anything about Brother Snake Man. You know what I'm saying? Especially not to say nothing bad about him. You know, only thing I ever heard about the grand champion Pedro dog. You know, I see people that's bigging up the dog and saying they like him and saying they got stuff off of him. Don't know anything about him. You know what I'm saying? One thing I want to say, when we get up here and we start talking these dog historical stuff, far as this dog not being off this or this not being this, we need to have some sort of facts to back this stuff. If brothers want to tell the stories on the back streets, what brothers need to start doing is coming up here telling the stories themselves. You see, because see, I could have easily related the story from the brother that gave me the tent story. Just let him tell me on the back street, and then I get up here and tell y'all. Why would I do that? You know what I'm saying? Why would I do that when I got it? He gonna say it out of horse's mouth. You know what I'm saying? So why would I do that? It makes your story less credible. You know what I'm saying? When it's going through from person to person to person to person. So when you get up here and say something about a brother that got a dog or something, you need to have some sort of knowledge or some sort of backing to go with that statement, no matter who he is, who we are, or who you is or who you are. You know what I'm saying? It just don't matter. At least some sort of something. You know, even when we talk about Red Boy and stuff like that, we still have our little a little background knowledge where we can say where we got that from or where this story came from or some sort of something like that. You can't just say, oh, Yellow didn't go against no good dogs. When you don't have nobody to back that statement up. Now, if you got brothers out there that sing Yellow shows, then that's when you get them brothers to validate that. You know what I'm saying? I can't validate it, but I can get a brother to validate it. You see, and I won't speak on it until it can be validated, as far as you know, at least opinionated from people that was there. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a big difference. We talk about something, making an assumption about something, and you know, not being part of the process. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, shout out to brother Fat Bill, shout out to brother Snake Man, shout out to all the bulldoggers, you know what I'm saying, across the world. You know what I'm saying? Like I always say, man, big shouts out to Dogumentary TV. Now, for the brothers that do a lot of AI breeding, no matter what breeds of dogs you got, maybe the Frenchies, maybe the pocket pits, or maybe the pit bull terriers, you know, it's getting easier and easier by the year. You know what I'm saying? You can always go on Amazon. I got a few tools that I'm gonna be posting up in the background. You can always go on Amazon and get yourself one of these tools for a reasonable price. You know, the first one I'm gonna show you is gonna be the cheaper of the two. You know, the first one I'm gonna show you is gonna be the cheaper of the two. Now, I showed you this before, but it don't hurt to show you this again. You know, like I said, these are made for artificial insemination. People who do artificial inseminations, you can look at these tools and know how to use them. I don't have to explain it. You know, if you do that type of stuff. If you don't do it, then this ain't for you. You know, this first tool right here, this is one of two. This one is going to be around between the $50 to $100 mark. It used to be around $150, $200 when they first came out. But they got, I guess, you know, as time goes on, they get cheaper and get more competition. Other companies start making them. But right now they're around the $50 to $60 mark. Amazon or eBay, you can get them off of. Easy to use. You just gotta remember that that tool is only acting as their male dog. So what you need to do is do it the same exact way you would do a natural breeding with your male dog, but except you're using that tool right there, you know. So you're gonna have to do it the same way. When the dogs hang, you can't just stick that tool in them, push the stuff in them, and then pull it out. That's not how a natural tie do. It may work like that sometime, but you know, a natural tie is stick that thing in them and leave it in them. You know, the tool is made to pump up. When you pump it up, it acts as the testicles that swell up in the female dog. So long as it's pumped up, it won't come out the back of the dog. You push it and you push this sperm inside the female. But like I said, this tool right here costs you about $100. Now this next tool, about 50 something, between 50 to 100. Now this next tool I'm about to show you is going to be around, I want to say about $300, 300 and some change. About 300 and some change. Now, if you do AI breedings, you know how to use this tool as well. At least you see where they coming from with it. You know what I'm saying? Another tool, great tool. It just depends on how you want to do it. One tool is 300 something. One tool is 50 something. You can get both off Amazon and eBay, and I would say both will be, either one would be handy to keep around, just to have on standby. And the $300 tool, is both of them I think will be great, because the one that costs 50, you stick that in the back of them, and it's supposed to act as if a dog swelling up in the back. You know what I'm saying? And so the other one is just basically is like a straw going in the back of them. You know what I'm saying? You making sure you shoot the sperm. But the only thing about the $300 tool, it has a screen on it, so you can actually see as you go inside of the girl dog. You can actually see the inside, and you can see where to place it at. So you just figure out which way you want to go with it. You know what I'm saying? If you just want to go straight natural, or if you want to add your little technology to it, then you go up to the next level and get the $300 tool. But yeah, man, shouldn't be no reason you can't get them breedings done. No matter what the breed is, some of them dogs, they really have a hard time breeding. So you have to use a lot of these tools with them to make things easier. And that's why the prices go sky high, because you have to do all these things to get these litters off these puppies. You know what I'm saying? You have to do all these things. And like I said before, matter of fact, I had a link to these products in my video on Amazon. I have the links to these products on my video from Amazon down in the description. You know what I'm saying? And don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to drop down in the comments. Salute to all the brothers and sisters down in the chat right now. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate the new subscribers. We getting on up there. Keeping things moving. This is gonna be probably my last video of the month. You know what I'm saying? Like I told y'all, I got this training to focus on. I'm gonna bring y'all into that world for a few minutes. And still do my lives at the same time. But this probably gonna be one of the last edited videos I do in a little while. And I say that all the time, and I pop back up with another video at the end of the week. You know what I'm saying? But my plans is, to focus on the training I gotta be doing. You know what I'm saying? And that's gonna mean no cameras, because I don't have time to set up a camera when I gotta do my work. Now, it ain't every day, you bump into a raccoon. It ain't every day you bump into a raccoon at your workplace. It ain't every day that you bump into a raccoon in a big garbage disposal outside. But the thing is, when you live places and you have wild animals places, there's no telling when you're gonna bump into these animals. But when you bump into them, a camera can be great, and a camera can be your downfall sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Everything ain't meant to record. They locked this woman up. I'm guessing the woman, she recorded herself, recorded the raccoon, then she recorded the raccoon being burned up. You know what I'm saying? Locked her up. And I want to say this was a Facebook or Instagram post that she made this on. You know what I'm saying? I want to say this is a Facebook or Instagram post that she made this on. And not even saying if the raccoon could have had rabies or anything, but that's besides the point. From what them people said, it wasn't her call to make, far as setting the animal on fire. You know what I'm saying? It was a better way to deal with the whole situation than setting the animal on fire. And I guess they made her pay with going to jail. But y'all check this video out. It's gonna be a quick clip, you know what I'm saying? But just check it out real quick.
I'll try to get close, but I'm kind of scared of it. He hisses. Look at him. He's been hiding in the dumpster comes out of the dumpster and has been running at people and trying to attack people. Probably has rabies. Some people say throw an apple with bleach in there. Nah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Worrying about them dogs and our pedigrees. Which dog is the most relevant? Which dog is the most relevant dog in our pedigrees? You know what I'm saying? We worried about this. We worried about that one. You know what I'm saying? But really, which ones are relevant? But let's play a quick game real quick. You know what I'm saying? Show y'all some dogs, but y'all tell me which one is relevant. You know what I'm saying? To y'all today, 2023, I'm going to show y'all multiple dogs, and you show me which one of these dogs is relevant to y'all today. And when I say relevant, I mean, you know, relevant. It don't mean, oh, you don't care about it. Nah, I don't mean that. Because we don't care about a lot of different bloodlines. You know what I'm saying? I just mean which one of these dogs can you utilize today from the traits that dog have. You know what I'm saying? So y'all check these dogs out. Check these pictures out. Now, out of all them dogs I showed, only dog you can utilize 2023, only dog that is relevant 2023 is Gas and Goes Demon. It's the only dog that is relevant. And all them dogs that I showed you, you know what I'm saying? All of them. They all got great stories behind them. They all got great history behind them. They all got great DNA behind them. Different traits behind them. Great offspring behind them. But the thing is, they ain't relevant today. You can't touch one of them today. You know what I'm saying? You can touch Demon today. You can get you some offspring off Demon today. You know what I'm saying? You can't get the rest of them. You know, you can get a bunch of book BS. When I say that, I mean stories about this and stories about that and stories about this. But at the end of the day, they ain't gonna get you no bulldog. You know what I'm saying? What's relevant is what you got in your hand. What's relevant is Gas and Goes Demon. The only dog you could touch right now out of that list of dogs. That makes him the only relevant dog. 2023 in that list. One day we'll get that picture. One day we'll start to get that picture that a lot of that stuff don't matter. No matter what story we come with, no matter who don't like who, no matter what. When it comes to them dogs, the only thing gonna end up mattering is what you got on that leash, what you got on that collar, right then and there. You know what I'm saying? Right then and there. You know, let's see here. Oh, now I do got something else to say. Man, we done heard my man. One of them boys got up there and say that wasn't Rusty. Rusty ain't Red Devil name either. Say Red Devil's name something else. Listen here, man. I don't care. Them boys, I don't care what Red Devil name was. You know what I'm saying? His name could have been Alex, Tom Brady, Joe Montana, Lawrence Taylor, anybody. His name could have been anything. You know what I'm saying? The whole point was that he wasn't on Tank Yard. And then the whole point was he wasn't registered as a dog coming off a yellow under Tank name that he was bred like. You know what I'm saying? So we got a dog over here named Red Devil that's breeding dogs that ain't really Red Devil on Tank Yard, making a whole bunch of dogs that's not Red Devil. And then we got the real Red Devil over here making a whole bunch of great dogs, and none of them getting registered as Red Devil. They all get registered under something else. You know what I'm saying? See, what his name is, it don't really matter. What matters is what was he registered under. You know what I'm saying? What was he registered under? Now, I'm trying to be nice and not ask the kennel name he was registered under. You know what I'm saying? First, I asked the name. You know, I'm not even asking the kennel name because the kennel name will automatically let me get on online ped and see what he was registered under. You know what I'm saying? Y'all trying to get away from that. You know, you're trying to get away from that. But it's a whole family of dogs out there. Came down off Red Devil. That nobody don't know about, but they thinking it's something else. And they going to buy these dogs from these other people, thinking that these dogs are going to be like these, and these are Red Devil puppies, and these Red Devil puppies registered as Chinaman dogs. Red Devil puppies registered as Bolio dogs. Red Devil puppies registered as Jeep dogs. And you thinking them Jeep dogs, and you going to buy somebody who got some tight bred Jeep stuff, and your shit ain't acting the same way because them Red Devil puppies. That's why you can't get them Jeep puppies to act like the Jeep puppies you got from your boy. You know, because they ain't Jeep. That's a whole different line. Worry about what we got on that leash and that chain today, man. Worry about what we got on that leash and that chain today. Now, I will talk about this, who do y'all consider when it comes to the stories as being one of the best back end or either the best back end dog of all time? I'm gonna give you about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seconds. All right. They say it's Jocko. Now, one of the best back end dogs of all time, if not the best back end dog of all time. See, when y'all go buying these dogs, especially the Big John stuff, you know what I'm saying? You're looking for Eli traits. You're looking for Jeep traits from certain dogs in a Jocko dog. A heavy bred Jocko dog, that's not going to give you that same kind of dog. You're looking for your face Eli dogs and your this kind of Jeep dogs and your this kind of that dogs when you're going to get a Jocko dog, and then you don't know how to handle it. You handle it different. You know what I'm saying? You got to know what you're looking for, and that's what it all comes down to, having time invested with a particular line of dogs. And that way you're going to know what's what, how it's going to react, how it's going to act, when it's going to do this, when it's going to do that. When it does that, what should you do? You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, when you got a whole family of dogs and your family of dogs came off of some serious dogs, you know what I'm saying, champions, grand champions, you know what I'm saying, and you having great dogs all like year after year, you might have a champion here, a grand champion there, or a 2-timer here, 1-timer there. So you having great dogs year after year. When one of them dogs lose, you can't go take that out on the whole family. You know what I'm saying? Because you got a whole great family of dogs. That dog just took an L. You just move on to the next dog. You know what I'm saying? You just got to move on to the next dog. See, if you take all your anger on one loss from a family of dogs that you created, you know what I'm saying, or a family of dogs that you got time invested in, you know what I'm saying? Whether you created it or not, as long as you got time invested in that family to know what that family gonna give you and what that family got to offer. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm glad, I'm glad I was in the dog game when dogs was a whole lot cheaper. I had a chance to get a whole lot more dogs than I would be able to get today, no matter what kind of money I got. You know what I'm saying? Today's time to get the amount of dogs I got back then, you know what I'm saying? I damn near spent $1 million with today's prices. You know what I'm saying? And you got them dogs for reasonable prices. You know what I'm saying? If not, if you didn't get the dogs for free from certain people. You know what I'm saying? If you didn't get them for free. And then you got the idiots that get on Facebook, that get on YouTube and say, your dogs is not scratched up. Y'all gotta be some of the simplest thinking people I ever seen that want to get somebody to post their dogs on a social media site with scratches on it. You know what I'm saying? With scratches on it. And then you get up there and down a brother dog. Like, what brother would care if you down his dog because it's not scratched up? Like, some of y'all just plain out just show where your mind frame at when it comes to getting in trouble and when it comes to playing this game the way it's supposed to be played. You want a brother to get up there and show you something all scratched up. If he say he got a grand champion and you see it ain't scratched up, you know what I'm saying? Then you want to press the issue with him. You know what I'm saying? You want to press the issue with him or whatever. Like, what you expect him to do? Would you want him to get locked up to prove that he got a grand champion? You know what I'm saying? That's what a lot of y'all brothers seem like you want. That's what a lot of y'all seem like you want. A lot of y'all seem like you won't. And then some brothers get mad because I say, oh, Red Lady the best producing hog dog around. I can't help you don't want to take pride in your dog. See, these brothers don't want to take pride in their dog. They want to take pride in them pedigrees. And then when you take pride in your dog, they want to hate on you. So damn what you're talking about. Red Lady the best producing hog dog around. You don't want to take pride in yours, that's you. You know what I'm saying? We gonna run what we running, and we gonna take pride in our stock. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, y'all want to take pride in all that damn pedigree, this and that, and this and that. Don't know how to build your brand up. You know what I'm saying? You know, it don't matter to me. I know what dogs I got. You know what? I got what dogs I got because of the brothers who bred them before my time. You know what I'm saying? But this is my time. When I say this is my time, I mean this is time for them pedigrees that I'm putting together, you know, to do their thing. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you know, a lot of the old pedigrees got bad reputations. When I say reputations, I mean with them folks. You know what I'm saying? You get locked up, they saying this dog a fighting dog, this dog and this. It starts from your dog. You know, your dog makes the reputation for them papers. You know what I'm saying? You can't worry about all them other ones. You know, and like I said before, you know, just because a lot of y'all simple-headed, simple thinking people don't want to take pride in what you got on the yard. Don't hate on the next man for doing it. You know what I'm saying? And then you try to figure out a way 6, 7 months later, you know, oh, maybe he wasn't wrong about this and maybe he wasn't wrong about that. Hey, it is what it is, man. Like I said, you know, we all the same in this game, the young and the old. You know, it's just about how you handle your business, how you conduct yourself, and take in like a sponge. You know what I'm saying? Some stuff you need, some stuff you don't. You know, but let's keep this dog thing moving, man. Let's keep this dog thing moving, cause you know we got some stuff to talk about. And like I said, man, I'm glad I was in the dog game back then. Far as the prices wise, it allowed me to see what lines do, what this line can do. That way, if I'm talking trash about a line, it ain't off of one dog I bought. You know what I'm saying? It ain't over 2 dogs I bought. You know what's over time, putting time in with these dogs, not with one dog, but with a line of dogs, getting multiple dogs, giving it more than one shot. Because this one messed up don't mean the next one gonna be bad. Try the next one. So that's what back in the day dog game allowed me to get at a lower price. You know what I'm saying? Anybody who was back in the days dog game compared to now, you know what I'm saying? Anybody, you know, you know, this is the thing. No dog man or nobody can tell you you're not a dog man, right? You know what I'm saying? Because the thing is, if you're not connected, you're not connected. You know what I'm saying? If you're not connected, you're not connected. See, I had one brother ask me, and this kind of may help you answer your question, my bro. He was asking me about back then, if you didn't know where a square was at, how would you find one if you went with people around, around a square? And, you know, the thing is, you couldn't find one if you went around people with a square. You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't have been nothing. Okay, see, what you're doing, my brother, is you're using today's time to hear the stories, and then you feel like, okay, if we was living back then and back in the days, right? You hear how the stories go, and then you'll want to go do it. But see, back then we couldn't hear how the stories go because we didn't have no internet. You know what I'm saying? So if you didn't know, you weren't connected. You weren't connected. You know what I'm saying? Or knew somebody who was connected. You know, if you know somebody who connected and they got, pulled in that particular circuit, wherever they dealing with, then they can get you in. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it was no popping up on nobody's property. It was no just showing up or none of that. Care how pretty you was or care who vouched for you. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't be vouched for the day of the show. You had to come before that show or something. Somebody had to know you or something like that, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just different, man. If you weren't connected, I wouldn't advise back then to go out looking for something. You know what I'm saying? If you knew a dog man or you knew dog people and they was messing around, then it was what it was. But if y'all never had that conversation or on that level about a square, anything like that, you know what I'm saying? That just you couldn't push it, man. You just had to be connected. Make a long story short, you just had to be connected. You know what I'm saying? One way or another. one way or another, you know what I'm saying? It was nothing you could find. You know, you couldn't just walk up on one. You can walk up on one now. You know, you probably can walk down somewhere in middle of the city in New York and see a square in somebody's backyard that nobody ain't paying attention to. You know what I'm saying? It's just different days, different times. You know what I'm saying? You just had to be connected, man. You had to be connected, especially with no internet involved. Yes, sir. So they suspended me at the beginning of the month. You know what I'm saying? We at the end of the month and we going out with a bang. You know what I'm saying? We at the end of the month, we going out with a bang. We came in with a bang, we going out with a bang. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna keep that thing rolling for November, keep y'all with some good, like I told y'all before, I'm gonna have some good training tips. I'm gonna have to go into my training mode, you know, for the next few weeks or whatever. So y'all just bear with me. At the same time, I'm gonna be loading up and getting ready for a fresh start. You know what I'm saying? That dog talk. You know, just keeping things moving, man. Keep doing what I gotta do on multiple ends. You know what I'm saying? Y'all stay safe out there. Y'all stay legal out there. And remember, PBK9s do not condone anything illegal. You know what I'm saying? Do not condone anything illegal. Y'all have a good day, and I'm out.